Hey there, it's been a while, a little bit too long, but I'm back. Janet Bartoli with Bartoli Consulting Group on the Expert SEO Masterclass channel. And today I have something that I think everyone, no matter what your level of interest is with SEO, will find this particular video interesting. Now, if you are like me and you like to test certain things, and if you're in SEO, you should be always testing to make sure that you're not just speaking based on something that happened 5 or 10 years ago, but in real time. One of the things that I like to test is when you launch a brand new website, many times you're often wondering, when will the site actually start getting accessed, found by Google, and then indexed, and then ranking? So there is a process that it takes to actually go through launching a brand new website and then making sure it has the accessibility to the search engines. So one of the things that I wanted to do is share with you, and I started doing it in a previous Kajabi video. By the way, the reason why that test stopped was because I decided it did work. You could absolutely build a website in Kajabi and have it index with no problem. However, I decided to shift gears and change platforms, so that's the reason why that test stopped. But today I have a brand new test that I'm going to start. This test was officially began 1 week ago, and I'm going to go through all of the different points, exactly how I've done this, and then we're going to even get into, more importantly, how long is it going to take for Google to find and access the site and then access the different pages that I built out. So let's get into it. Right now, I'm going to show you what we're going to be talking about is a subdomain that I built. And let me just kind of bring this in a little bit closer for you. So what we want to do is I want to show you this is a brand new website. And by the way, if you're unsure of what a subdomain is, and I've got it listed here, the subdomain is the www or the name that precedes the actual main domain, okay? Not a subfolder. If you're interested in the difference between a subdomain and a subfolder, I do have, and I'll make sure that up here somewhere I will link to that video. But there are differences, and there are reasons why you would choose a subdomain over a subfolder. For example, in this subdomain example, I have decided to build out a subdomain because off of my main domain, bartoliconsulting.com, I have decided to build out a staff.bartoliconsulting. This is very specific content for the staffing industry only. That's the reason why I have built this subdomain out. So it's a brand new website, and the question is, how long will it take to get this site indexed into Google? So I built and launched the subdomain a week ago, Saturday, March 26, 2023. I am using Elementor Pro previously and on my main domain, I've been using Thrive Themes. So I'm using Elementor Pro. That is a $59 subscription a year. And so I am using that because it gives me more plugin functionality, and that's the reason why. Plus, this is specific for my business, which is also why I'm using the pro version and not the free version. If you're doing this and you're just trying to test things out and you don't really want to, you don't have to spend the money for the pro version. However, I decided to, as I said, because this is for my business, but by not including the pro is not going to not make or break your SEO. Next thing I did was I chose a theme, and I didn't want to spend too much design space and time and energy, so I just chose a theme to start with. This will evolve and change over time. Then I added some navigation, and I'll show you what that looks like. The only plugin so far besides Elementor and maybe one or two others, but for the most part, I've just installed Rank Math. Rank Math is an SEO plugin. It's like Yoast, but I prefer Rank Math. It does provide schema and some other functionality that I prefer. Yoast is fine, but as I said, I prefer to use Rank Math. I also set up Google Search Console, which you should always do anyway. I added an XML sitemap, and I'll show you where all that is in Rank Math. Google Analytics 4, because if you should not be talking about UA any longer. Google Analytics 4 is the new version of Google Analytics, and you should be using that. I also used Google Tag Manager. I'm not going to get into all the technical ways in which you should be setting this up, because there's a gajillion YouTube videos that will show you how to use Google Tag Manager, how to set up Google Analytics 4. But all I'm doing is giving you this checklist so that you can see exactly everything that I've done, and then track along every week as I share progress on what I'm doing, what I'm adding, and more importantly, when the site starts getting crawled and indexed. The total number of pages built were 7. There are a lot of other template pages in the site, as you'll see. Those are still live. They will likely also get indexed as there are, it's open to the internet, so I have not blocked it with a no meta index, so it is all open and accessible. And as of today's date, which is March 31st, 2023, Google has accessed the pages of my site through the XML sitemap, but it is not yet indexed, those pages. So let me just show you what that looks like. So here is Google Search Console. As you can see, there's nothing here done, and that's why you'll see no performance. But when you come into your Google Search Console from week to week, you should be looking at your performance and, of course, indexation, the pages. Okay, so let's go to the sitemap because nothing's here. All that I've done was added in the XML sitemap that I created from Rank Math. And there are 49 pages. I told you I created 7. The other 40 of them, 42 of them are right here inside. You'll see, I'll show you those, but those are actually templated pages within the kit that I have from Elementor, and so that's the reason those are there. So far, this is what it looks like. Also links, you'll see there's nothing here. So this is, as you can tell, brand new website, right? Here's analytics. When I go to analytics, you'll see the users. That's pretty much me, because you can see from the country. That's it. That's it. There's only 13 direct sessions. Again, it's a brand new website. So this is why, and you can see here I am here in the last 30 minutes. I am the only one that has accessed this website. And now we're going to go into the actual dashboard of the site. As I said, the only plugins that I have so far, really, I'm using Elementor Pro, as you can see here, and Rank Math SEO. I will be adding in some image optimization and some specific image optimization, Cloudflare probably, a few other plugins here, again, from a web performance perspective, and also to help with image optimization. Pretty much that's it. I don't want to bog my WordPress site down with, hundreds of plugins. Also, as a security measure, I got WP 2FA. You should always have two-factor authentication installed on your site. That's that, okay? So the pages, as I mentioned, there's a bunch here, but I'll give you a glimpse in terms of what the actual website looks like. Now, the design critic, you can just keep your design comments to yourself. This is ugly, I realize. Clearly, there needs to be some padding here. So forget the design, because as you well know, Google doesn't care if it's an ugly website. The point of your site is to get it accessible to those who have a need or a search intent specifically for the specific type of content that you're offering. So, I've got the basic homepage here, and go up here to, this is sort of the about page here, and I've got some links to my YouTube videos and some blog posts. This is the blog, but again, it's brand new. I haven't even put any blog posts in here yet. This is going to be filled with videos from my YouTube. There's going to be a new YouTube channel that I will create for this, a new podcast for this specific website. And what I started creating was my marketing guide. Now, a little bit of an interesting thing. If you are not aware of, specifically it's called Pillar-Based Marketing. This is written by Ryan Brock of Demand Jump. He wrote this book because in one of his webinars, he talks about methodology of pillar-based marketing. This is something I have decided to adopt and implement into my website, and I do it for my clients as well. But this is a much more strategic, smarter tactic in developing content, and I'm going to put it into practice in this website as well. Specifically, this is going to show you how it works. We start with a pillar piece of content. This is a guide with a table of contents, and as you can see, it's lengthy. There's going to be about, when it's all done, 3,500 words or so. So one thing that many people do or try to avoid is launching something if they're feeling like it's not yet ready. What if somebody sees this and it's not completed? Well, when you're talking about a brand new website like this, nobody's seeing anything because Google hasn't even indexed the pages. But what I'm doing is trying to get a jump ahead instead of delaying and keeping things on a staging server that is, and there's no content accessible to Google. Now I'm just delaying the ability to get those pages ranking. So instead, what I like to do is draft and really put it into publish mode. And then you can see here, I've got considerable amount of content. So even if you did land here, you could find some value in it. But I didn't add a conclusion in yet. I didn't finish it yet. But you'll see once it is finished what it actually looks like. And so at the very least, I've got some content loaded into the website. That's what's important, is that there's content loaded in the website. And now Google has crawled all 49 pages in that site. And now it's going to go through and start its process of deciding what should be indexed. So far, also, I'm going to also prove here something too. I'm not going to be doing any link building. There's only going to be internal links, real good quality content, and internal linking, and site-side optimization. Those are the three most important points from an SEO standpoint that I'm going to incorporate within this site. Of course, also page speed optimization, because that's just a general good user experience, and it is part of the ranking algorithm anyway. So as I mentioned, I'm going to add I'm going to optimize some of my images and use some WordPress plugins to help further that optimization, but that's it. So this will prove out that you can actually get a website brand new, indexed, and ranking. Now we'll see and measure over time how long it's going to take. Follow me week to week. You'll see new content. I'll give you a status. I'll show you Google Search Console. I'll show you what's actually, when I go to the pages in the indexing, we're going to continuously see and track when this actually happens, in addition to anything in my analytics. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to track it all, and you're going to follow this journey along with me. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you find that you want me to try, or that you're just curious about when launching a brand new website, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next week here, where, again, in Expert SEO Masterclass, we're really doing a lot more testing of SEO and really challenging new ways of doing things from an SEO perspective. Thanks, and I will see you on the next episode.